Hi everybody, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming to spend some of your time with me today. I'm going to do just a very simple, I think a kind of a warm, glowy look for the end of summer because we're having an Indian summer at the moment. So if you want to see how I create this, please keep on watching. So here I am, barefaced. I have my skincare on. I am starting today with my Carter Beauty half measure dewy foundation, and this is in the colour Creme Brulee. It's a nice light foundation. I suppose I'm not really a heavy makeup person. If I was going out, maybe I would, go over it again, put a second layer on sometimes when I'm doing videos, because it's funny when you put your makeup on and you think, it looks good, and then you go on camera and you watch back and you realize, oh, it actually wasn't really very, very heavy at all. So the camera really shows every flaw. I'm using my Sephora Pro diffuser, Pro Core diffuser, I think it's called. Just like a, I don't know, would you call it a stippling brush? I don't know. I just like it for applying foundations of every kind. So I just bring it down onto my neck a little bit so that I don't have any lines. Now I'm going to do my brows, and I have a new product and it's by e.l.f. It's called Wow Brow and it's in the colour brown. It's a bit like one of the Benefit, Gimme Brow. I find this is good for speed because it just picks up. I do have brow hair, not a lot, but I do have brow hair, and a lot of what I have has actually lost its pigment. So this picks up any little hairs, and of course you could go in with a brow pomade or a brow crayon or pencil and do this, but I just find for quick makeup looks this works well. And I just kind of layer it up a little bit. It wasn't expensive. This was, I think, about €6. That's where my problem is, because that's where I have least hair. So I'll do the other off camera so you don't have to be bored watching me. I'll be back in a minute. Now I'm back, the two brows done. And I am going to just prime my eyes with my Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creme de Rose. And I was afraid recently that they had discontinued it, but actually I found it in another Boots, and I'm trying to remember which Boots it was. It may have been in the city, I can't remember, but it was, no, I'm wrong, it wasn't Boots, it was Superdrug. So they definitely still have the colour tattoos, and this is a dupe, I think, for my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. So all that does is literally just kind of give your eyes a base. You could actually just leave it at that, do your mascara, do some liner, and you would be sorted. I'm going to warm up my face a little bit, and it's my Bobbi Brown bronzer in Golden Light. You've seen me use this lots of times. It's a nice shade for me because I'm quite pale. I just use a nice fluffy brush like that. I'm not really into that really sculpted look, but I do like to warm up my complexion a little bit. So literally around my hairline. And another place that I've learned is a good place is here, because if you don't, it's going to show up kind of white. So, and a little down here, just to sculpt the face a little bit. For blush, I'm using a Flormar, which is in the colour Touch of Rose. So it's a kind of it's got a nice little highlight, and I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown blush brush. And I'm literally just going to place the product on my skin. I'm not going to swipe it too much. And then I have my powder brush to just, that's just my phone, to just blend it in a little bit. I am going to use, yes, this is the Rimmel magnif'eyes Blush Edition eyeshadow palette, and they're just lovely neutral shades. Some are warm, some are cool, but I like these colors. So I am going to start with this shade here, which is a sort of a peachy color, and I'm just going to place that all over the lid. We are absolutely having the most gorgeous weather. Temperatures are up to about 25 degrees, which are between 23 and 25 degrees, which for Ireland in September, that's unusual. But we won't complain because it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving it. It's not too hot. Love it. I love the sun. Now, that's just a base color. I'm going to go in with this one here. It's a kind of a taupey brownie color. So I'm going to use, this is I think it's a blank canvas. No, it's a Zoeva. Just a little tapered brush. There's no names on these colors. And what I'm going to do is just sort of start at the outside where I want to put a little bit of definition, and then work my way up into the crease to give my crease some definition as well. I really need to clean this mirror. It's so smudged. Every time I go to use it, my daughter has taken it. I have to go and retrieve it from her room. Does anybody else have a daughter who does that? So again, into the corner, outer corner, and then up into the crease. And that way you're not going to have big blobs of colour if you start. Whereas if you go into your eyeshadow shade and then start in the middle there, you're going to get a blob of colour. So at least at the edges, you can blend it out a bit better. Now, that looks about even. And I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go into the darkest shade here, which actually, it's a kind of a purpley brown. Actually, no, I'm going to use a smaller brush. I have another little tapered brush here somewhere. Yes, here we are. And this is another, it's either blank, it's a MAC actually. How am I doing? Just into the corners there and up into the crease. And you see it's all, there's no big shocks of colour, it's just blended in. And I will blend it completely, don't worry. And a lot of the tips that I've been using lately that I will be sharing with you as time goes on, they're from an Irish makeup artist called Susie O'Neill. I mentioned her in my last video, in my favorites, I think, or one of my last videos and one of my favorites. So you can see that that just gives a little bit more definition. And if it looks a bit patchy, just go back in. And I'm going to pull it out a bit. Now I'm going to take that same colour, just a tiny little bit of it, same brush, and just pull it under the eye. Like so. And this was always something that I was always afraid of doing, and I've been watching Susie's, she does have a YouTube channel, but she's mainly active on Instagram and IGTV. That's a bit patchy there. She's amazing. Now I'm just going to take, is that the same brush? And I'm going to take another shade here to kind of blend it all together. And it's this one here. It's like a champagne-y colour. Always tap off the shadows, or when you tap off your brush before you pop it onto your eyelid, because you know, it just takes off the excess. I've just put a little bit of that onto my lid. I better hurry this up. This is supposed to be a quick get ready with me. And I'm going to take a tiny little bit of that same shade and put it on my brow bone. And there we go. I'm going to take a fluffy brush, just a fluffy brush, and just sort of blend it all together. And then I am going to use my NARS pencil, which is lovely and soft, and I'm just going to line my upper lids on the waterline and on the lid itself, just right close to the lash line. And I'm going to pull that out into a small little wing, because I do love a little wing. You can see that there. And I'll do the other one off camera. So that's the eyeliner done. And I'm using Rimmel Scandaleyes Wow Wings, which I do like. Mascara. I do like it, but it tends to make my lashes a little bit clumpy. So it has that funny little shape there. You can see it for pulling out your lashes at the corner. But I find if you go in too much, it just clumps. And it can flake. So I'll just show you the difference with one. You can see the difference there, and I'll finish the other one off camera. So that's the mascara done, and I'm going to use for lips, it's a NYX liner. It's in the colour Mauve. Can you see that there? Yeah. This is a Rimmel Oh My Gloss, and it's called Snog. It's just a lovely gloss. I might put a little bit of powder in. It's Carter Beauty setting powder in Natural, I think it is. And I'm just going to take, actually I've discovered this little trick. This is a fan brush. It's not an expensive one. I think it's from Primark. A little bit of powder. Just dip your brush in. And wherever you think you might need some more help to keep the makeup in place, just sort of dust it over it. Dust it really, really lightly, so you don't have a very powdered look. And I forgot, as a little bit of concealer for these dark circles. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define, and it's in the colour C3. I actually picked it up by mistake. My daughter had bought a lovely concealer that I really liked, and it was from Collection, and I don't know where or why I thought it was from Revolution, but I went and purchased it. This is another Primark brush. It's just kind of I like the shape of this. It's sort of very easy to get into the under eye area and just pat that. I don't want to move it around. I just want to pat it in. And I tend not to set my under eyes because it can look dry and crepey. So that's the basic look. I would take my hair down. That's my quick and easy sort of end of summer glowy look. And I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you very soon in the next video. Bye.